is pretty sketchy. Yeah, this is about myself. Yeah, I've been convinced, or convinced. I'm getting more and more convinced that I may be one of the clones of Mr. Christ. You know, the Jesus guy I mentioned before, the dude who basically single-handedly destroyed the entire Roman Empire by using some kamikaze strategy. Um, yeah, one of the clones. Yeah, I believe that he was some sort of time travel dude. Yeah, because he seemed to know that if you leave a little bit of DNA, that they can clone you later on, and well, you can sort of be resurrected a little bit. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's why he said, "I'll be back." You know, yeah, not to be a tough guy from a movie. No, he probably meant it literally by leaving some of his DNA. Now they say that the Holy Grail, some say at least, was some cup that he drank out of on his Last Supper, and that a little bit of his saliva in combination with alcohol creates some DNA preservation sort of a thing in combination with the wax that was put around the cup to prevent it from corroding. Right, so they say that's how Jesus' DNA was saved. Yo, I'm not buying it. I don't think that's how it works. But I do believe that he could have used a piece of his skin and put it on some alcohol, just like Satan put him or herself on alcohol. I think it's a she. I think it's the grandmother of that dude, that rabbi that Jesus had a beef with. Yeah, because that's what they say, right? That Jesus there was some miraculous conception or whatever, right? So it must be God's son then. Yeah, I don't really believe in miraculous conceptions. I think that's what their parents said to Maria. You know, Jesus' mother. I think her parents said to Maria. Wait a minute though. No, wait. I think Maria. I think her parents and Maria said that to Jesus when he was asking about his father. Like, who's my daddy? And he said, well, your daddy is God. Yeah, because, well, you know, it was a miraculous conception. See, but that was not now. She was raped. Maria was raped by that rabbi from that temple that Jesus absolutely shit whipped when he was older. You know, there was this temple that I heard of that said that, hey, listen, like, if you don't give us enough money, you're gonna go to hell. All right, and if you don't have any money, that's fine. You can just take a loan in this same stupid temple and be in debt now. And you know, so we basically own everything you have. That's what they said. This temple, like, pay us money or you go to hell. And if you don't have money, you can get a loan. In that same, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? Yeah. Jesus was like, yeah, right. So he kicked his shit. He walked into the temple and started kicking over tables and everything. That's what they said in some stories. He started kicking, you know, those loan sharks. He started kicking their tables. Yeah. Anyway, so he had beef with these people from the temple guards, and his rabbi, you know, was just probably his father. Yeah, he was probably his father. Yeah. And I don't know if Jesus knew. I think at some point he did, and he actually put him like on the spot. Like, hey, listen, either you're gonna admit that you raped my mother, right, or I'm gonna be, you know, God's son. Yeah, because how else was I conceived, you little raping piece of shit inbred, right? How else did that happen? You know, you were the only one near Maria when she was a child. She didn't see any other guys, so it was either you or God. Fucking inbred. That's probably what he said. Or maybe a little less, you know, maybe a little less cursing, but still. You know what I mean? Yeah. So he'd beef. He'd beef with his inbred dad, I suppose. And I think it's well, actually, it's his grandmother. I don't think Satan was that dude that raped Maria. I think it was his mother. So technically, Jesus' grandmother. Right? That was, I think, the real mastermind, you know, the inbred mind behind this whole, you know, thing. Yeah. Um, now, no, I'm not sure where I was going with this though. Um, well, yeah, there's a time travel element. I don't know, man. Like, I don't know. I really don't know. But I've been like when I was smaller, I was just about to think about stuff. Philosophizing a little bit. Is that a word, philosophizing? Well, anyway, I was thinking about stuff, and at some point, I was sort of convinced that Jesus was probably some time traveling dude. Yeah, some hypnotized, weird dude that actually believed he was the Son of God, so he could convince others that it was true. I don't think he was. You cannot act that well, can you? Though I think he was hypnotized to believe that he was God's son, and therefore could convince others that it was. But he had also a bunch of apostles, some friends of his, and they were working with him. And I think I'm not sure what it was. Did they? What was? I don't know. I'm still a bit, like what was this? What was this? Was it an operation from the future? Did somebody get sent back, hoping they could end that Roman Empire thing by, I don't know, is making up some god, and I don't know. I don't know, but I believe there's some time travel element involved. And maybe that witch, was also a time travel. Maybe Jesus followed her. Maybe in the far future, you may be, yeah, well, you may be cloning another clone to send him back because the inbred witch has gone back into the past to create her inbred empire. Inbreds, women can also be inbreds. Women can also be pedophiles. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I think that this might have been the case when it comes to this person. Yeah, she seemed to have some pre-knowledge as well. Like I feel like there's a time travel element there. Like, I feel like there's a time travel. I feel like there's a time travel element. She knows. Somebody knows more. She's been preparing for things. She knows certain things are going to be possible. She's just not sure how and when that's going to go. You know what I mean? Yeah. No, there's things. There's things that makes me suspicious. Like, okay, let me just be clear, yeah? Okay, so here's a pedophile a woman, right? Yeah, a female pedophile. Here's a female pedophile that wants to be able to do pedophile stuff, and when she is in her own time, maybe this time. Yeah, this is when it gets a bit creepy. Yeah. Now, okay, so there's a female pedophile that wants to be able to have sex with, I don't know if she's into boys or girls, but they wants to have sex with children, right? And she doesn't want to admit to, and so she creates a religion. She creates a religion that says you can have sex with children and you can marry them, and you know what I mean. And there is a religion right now that says you can. Yeah, it's one of the biggest ones now, actually, too. It's only the very extreme, like, version, but most people from that religion are not agreeing with this at all, I assume. But it's possible. It's possible. Yeah, it's called Islam. That's what it's called. If you become a Muslim right now in those extreme, no, not in this country, I don't think so, no, but like in where it originates, Saudi Arabia, I believe this is where she has her grave in the Kaaba in Mecca. I believe that she made up that religion and that she wants to make it look like it has to be some male that came up with it. Because if you look at the female unfriendliness in that religion, there's no way that's what you think. There's no way a woman could have thought this up. And that's how she's hiding. A bit of a hacker, a bit of a scared hacker that hides herself behind others. Now, what I believe her plan is this. She wants to create one big Islam thing. Caliphate is what they call it. If there's a whole area that's Islamic, they want to have one big Islam thing. And then as her last monster move, she wants to equalize female and male rights. So now females are also allowed to have sex with little children. You know what I mean? I think this is how she's trying to hide. I think this is some hacker, some from the far future, huh? This is not some no. This is from your time. Well, that's where it gets a bit. I'm not sure if that's true. I'm not sure if it's from your time, and I'm not sure if I should talk about this, but I think I am. Yeah, because well, it may help. Not sure how, but I ain't got enough time. Well, actually, well, I think there may be somebody that I know that may be asked by the Kabbalah pretty soon. Well, I don't know if this is pretty soon or not. This may be years or decades away from now. But she may be approached by the Kabbalah and asked, like, hey, listen, you've been ransacked pretty bad. Like, do you want to go back in time and maybe, reconsider your the choices that you made, your poor decision taking from the past. And then, you know what I mean? She going back in time by mistake, goes back a little too far and figures, well, might as well try to create myself an inbred empire, while I'm at it. You know what I mean? Kabbalah, rubbing their hands, as the evil inbreds that they are, like, ha ha ha, we're going to have our inbred empire because we know how she is. She's an inbred. She's a pedophile. So she's probably going to create a whole pedophile paradise, without us having to do anything, including taking the blame. You know what I mean? Yeah. Now, this is an issue. Yeah, this is a big issue. Because I don't know I don't want to start this witch hunt right now because I'm not sure if this is true. But I know this person. I think, and I'm not even sure which one of the two. But I've got two females that I'm thinking about right now. That could be, well, actually three. There's three females. Yeah, females have got egos too, and sometimes I just obliterate them by accident, just by being who I am. And it's just I'm being relatively normal. It's just that if they are being weird, well, that doesn't correspond well with me. I just do my thing anyway. You know what I mean? Yeah. So there's three. There's three. There's three females that may be responsible for this. I'll go into this. I'm not gonna name them because that's not fair, is it? But I'll make some description. Maybe you can. I don't know. Do something. Yeah. Just keep an eye out or whatever for approaches and whatnot. Listen, this one is coming to an end. I'm going to make one more then. I'm going to go more into these individuals and what happened. Because these are ego-related things. When I explain it, you might understand a bit better. Okay? Yeah, so I'm going to be right back.